Attention, everybody. The views and opinions expressed on the show are not necessarily those of Acts Ministry, Acts Media Group, and or their affiliate and supported ministries and or nonprofits. Some of this content may be adult in nature, so please use discretion while watching with children. Pull a Dr. Paul on you. Good morning. Coming to you live from Acts Media Group headquarters here in the beautiful Springfield, Missouri. It's My Morning Drive with Matt and Jay, with their hosts, Matt and Steve.
Hey, it's okay. It's week 2.
It is week 2, and so, no worries.
No problem. I could be.
Oh, man.
I could be Jay, too. No, I can't fill his shoes.
We missed Jay terribly.
Yes, it's not the same around here. Jay, if you're listening, we're being truthful. At least I'm being truthful.
I am yours forevermore. You have closed the door. Who I was before. And I see for the first time all my memories. All right. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Morning Drive with Matt and Steve today.
Hey. Woohoo.
I was going to try to have Jay on with us this morning, video call, but I haven't heard from him yet. So I'm assuming that he's probably still asleep. They're an hour ahead over there, so he should be back hopefully by the end of this week. I'm really hoping so.
Me too.
Because I kind of miss having him around. Life seems kind of, I don't know. He brings a certain stability to my life that, I don't think he realizes. So it's like he's like that solid rock there sitting in the corner, that you tie your boat to. I know that's horrible. That's horrible to put him in that place, but
boat storage. He's compared to a boat storage.
Yeah, compared to boat storage. Say that 3 times fast. Boat storage, boat storage, boat storage. It's really hard to say.
You did quite well. Boat storage, boat storage.
Void storage? It's void storage.
Void storage.
So the day after Easter, yesterday was a pretty good day. Now yesterday, we practiced. Man, the band practiced Saturday. We got all the music where we needed to be. We practiced for another hour and a half Sunday morning before church. Get there, sound is great, sound is awesome, and then next thing you know, like 5 seconds before we start singing, I get hit with this panic attack out of nowhere. I don't know if you guys could notice.
I did.
You noticed. It is horrible. I'm like, it's such a bad panic attack. I'm like getting dizzy, trying to smile, pretend like nothing's wrong. My hands are like this, and I'm trying to play. And I don't know. I guess
I could see it in your eyes.
Was it a panic deer in the headlights look? Like, oh my gosh, what if I pass out up here?
Well, at first I thought it was because, the mic or something happened, and I thought, he doesn't look, wait a minute. That doesn't look like
No,
that.
It wasn't. I could hear myself just fine in the headphones. So I didn't know if you guys could hear me. I didn't know that they couldn't hear my microphone out in the house. And and then on come to find out, the broadcast was really, really terrible and we don't understand why. There was not any hot signal going into the computer, but for some reason, it was reading it as a really hot signal. Uh-huh. And there's no explanation. We don't know. We still don't know.
Yeah, that's what it was. At first, I thought it was something like that, and you guys were just kind of taken back, and I thought,
no, everything was fine. And everything was fine. I just, and for some people it was an amazing, wonderful, they really enjoyed the praise and worship. Because it's not about me.
It was awesome.
It is about me whenever, I want to praise and worship God properly. And I want to lead others in that way.
It was awesome.
And I don't know if it was probably had something to do with, I don't know.
You looked lost for a few seconds.
I was panicking. I was panicking. I was like, what am I going to do if I pass out up here? That's going to ruin everybody's Easter. I don't want to do that. I don't want to be the cause for someone to stress out on Easter. And so I even now talking about it, I've been fighting it a little bit since yesterday.
It's because, your dad was part of Easter.
Oh, yeah.
And that was
It was his favorite. It was his favorite.
And you knew
holiday.
that. And
well,
that's what happened.
that Easter Sunday working. This is my first Easter Sunday actually working for a church, and this is this is a big day. A lot of expectation, and that's understandable. We want people that don't usually come to Easter Sunday, or don't usually come to the church house on Sunday, that come on Easter and Christmas and stuff like that, to hear a message to get them to want to keep coming.
Exactly.
Even when it's not Christmas or Easter. So, and whenever there's hecticness going around, I don't think anybody really saw the actual hectic looks on everybody's faces.
Everybody kind of looked like it was a normal praise and worship. I don't think there was any extra. I didn't see any extra.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I leaned over and I'm like, I told Brenda, "Oh, I'm having a bad panic attack," and I just kept playing. It was, and then she switched the microphones out so that they could hear.
That's what I thought was happening at first.
Yeah. Well, we got it. We got her done.
And it was awesome.
Good morning, Becky. Good morning,
I love Lay It
Susan.
Down. That was so awesome.
Yes, I love that song.
Lay it down, lay it down, lay it down. And Pastor, he was really getting into it.
Lay it all down, lay it all down, lay it all down.
That was awesome, the way
Lay it all down at the feet of Jesus.
And poor Barney, he was so tired.
Well, he couldn't hear. Like his in-ear monitor kept popping, and so it was messing with him being able to hear us.
Oh man.
So everything was fine during practice. The enemy does that.
Yeah.
The enemy will throw wrenches into everything that he can to try and mess you up.
Yep. To make you look bad.
Yeah, and to make you feel bad.
Right.
And to make you feel like, oh, it's my fault. Everything's my fault. So, long story short, I hadn't been getting much sleep this past week because, I guess I think it's also because of, like, the stuff that I'm dealing with internally, like with Dad being gone and everything. And, Mom expects a lot out of me, and, that's getting pretty hard. Like, every time I go over there to do something, like with my camper, I'm supposed to clear it out and stuff like that. Every time I go over there, she has like 2 hours worth of work for me to do before I can even get to it. So by the time I get to it, I'm wore out. Like I went there day before yesterday to clean out the camper. Well, she wanted me to get her this rocking chair, and I got it, but it's in the box, and I spent two and a half hours putting it together. So, by the time I was done with that, I was already tired. So, and then we had all the practice and everything. So I really have been burning my candle at both ends.
And that's not good.
No, it's not. I'm going to have to take some time to just breathe, because I think I was on the verge of a nervous breakdown yesterday.
And I think that's part of it. You were so weak and your immune system was so down that that panic attack.
It hit me hard. It hit me. And out of nowhere, usually I can feel them coming. Like I'll feel them coming. I'd be like, okay, well, I know this is coming. Okay. So I can make plans for it. But like going from feeling absolutely fine and normal to boom, panic attack. It's horrible. So that's not on the topic of conversation today. Cure boredom. Becky Green says it was a great service. I'm glad. I mean, I enjoyed the message too.
Oh, yeah. He really nailed it down.
Yeah. So, cure your boredom. I'm going to start coming in and talking on your show.
You are awesome. I said on the comments, this show is the cure for boredom.
Oh, yeah.
I did see that.
That's Johnny Rooster talking behind the camera there. So, so we got...
Good morning, Becky.
Yeah, Becky was awesome. She was sitting next to me back behind the soundboard, and I was running back and forth between the soundboard and the broadcast room because we were trying to figure it out. And I'm like, did I do something on this? Because Jay usually runs the in-house sound.
Right.
And so when stuff starts messing up, you got Pastor Paul and Pastor Travis up there, both of them just hitting buttons and just sliding stuff.
I saw that. I turned around and he was back there.
It always makes me nervous when I see that because they just start hitting buttons and sliding stuff. And I'm like, oh, no. There's no semblance of it. It's funny.
I saw him back there. It looked like he was scrambling, and I thought, oh, man.
Yeah. Well, because that's a very, very complicated device.
Yeah.
Like our board here. Does that look complicated to you?
No.
Okay. Well, that would look complicated to normal people
Yes.
who haven't been around it. That looks immensely complicated. Like, okay, there's like 50 or 60 different knobs and switches, maybe 100 actually. So that's half the size and has half the ability as what we have at church.
Yeah, I've
and
seen
it's
it.
like,
It's huge.
oh, and then you have to hit this button to get to this, and then all of a sudden you hit one button and all the sliders move to a different position, and it's confusing. It's very confusing. And you can get lost. You can be like, okay, what am I doing? If you're under the gun, it's really hard to figure out what
And then if it's
needs to be
computer
done.
generated, oh, man.
Buddy Pillmore, welcome to the party. All right, so I pulled up on my thing today. What is the cure for boredom?
Oh, good morning, Susan. Susan Burrows.
All right, let me. I got to pull this up here.
It was great to see the cast and crew. I call it the cast and the crew.
The cast and crew.
I'm thinking drama, Birthday of the King, and I'm thinking cast and crew, but
So top 10, or these are actually 100 things to do when you're bored. So 100 things to do when you're bored. Get yourself a manicure or a pedicure. If I want to get a pedicure, I probably need to get an angle grinder. I'm one of those guys that's got like my toenails are the consistency of granite. So you know how that goes. Try out a new hairstyle or experiment with your hair. See, okay. So I've been experimenting with mine for a while now.
I could see.
So,
the only experience I've had is just make sure I wash it.
yeah, wash it.
And that's a good thing.
Take a bubble bath.
That I have done.
Okay, so I used to read in a bubble. Okay, this sounds really bad, but I used to read and sip on like what was it? It was a gin fizz. Back years and years and years ago, I would, sit in a bubble bath, read, and drink a gin fizz. I know that sounds very housewife-ish, I guess you could say. Like as far as like what Hollywood considers housewife-ish. But that was my me time. I was like, hey, I'm going to sit here and read some J.R.R. Tolkien. And, it was a phase that didn't last very long because the water gets really cold really fast.
Yeah.
And then you're shivering because water saps your body heat.
And then you're wrinkly.
Then your hands are all dry and slick. Hate it. So you can take a bubble bath, I guess. Put on some music, I guess, and just veg out, taking a bubble bath. Now, if you've got a bubble bath like my mom has, it's one of those ones with the door in it. You walk in it, close it, and fill it up, and it's the jets, but it also heats it as it bubbles. So that's the heat never leaves that bubble bath. But you don't want to put soap in it because if you have the bubbles going, it'll overflow and suds will go everywhere.
It'll look like a washing machine overflowed.
Try out a new face mask or beauty product. Steve, we need to try this stuff. We need to have this on the air. We need to have you trying out a beauty mask.
That would be hilarious.
Morning, Larry Milton.
And of course, Rachel would just love to be watching this. I think she'd love to be sitting in the studio watching this.
That would be pretty funny.
Yeah. Hey, I'm up for it, you guys have done some crazy things, but that's the craziest.
Doodle, this is number 5. Doodle, color, or draw on some paper.
You mean during church?
No, not during church. Some people use that time to balance their checkbook. That's crazy.
That's really wrong. Folks,
don't do that. Listen to what the pastor is telling you. Here you go. Do yoga. Steve, we got to get you doing yoga.
Doing the old yogurt.
Do yoga. That would be great.
Could you see me trying to cross my legs?
I need you and Johnny Rooster to do yoga. That would be hilarious. Of course, we wouldn't want to hurt you in any way because
Hey, I've already gone through
blow your hip out of proportion before you even get it fixed.
I got 4 weeks to go.
You could, number 7, write a poem. Ugh, I don't know where that yawn came from. Write a poem.
I thought you were doing that on purpose.
Write in a journal. This is just relaxing me just talking about it. Number 8's my favorite.
You're thinking of yoga. Yoga again and bubble bath.
Don't do yoga in the bubble bath because it's really slippery.
Yeah, you'd have a problem. That's why you're yawning.
No, it's because number 8 is take a nap. Number 8 is number 1 in my book. Well, see, I was still supposed to go over to Mom's yesterday and finish clearing out do the whole camper thing. I got home. I was just beat.
Yeah,
I was beat, dude. I could not.
You look exhausted when we were doing the Sunday sandwiches.
Oh, man.
You were looking exhausted.
I was just like.
You were talking slow and everything.
Oh, it was horrible. Well, I mean, after a panic attack hits, it's like it saps all your strength.
It does.
Because your brain releases a whole bunch of chemicals into your body that it doesn't normally have, causing an adrenaline rush, which is why my hands were so shaky. And serotonin, not serotonin. What's the stress chemical in your body?
Sorry, no.
I can't remember now.
It's on the tip of my tongue now.
Anyways, it releases a chemical in your body. Golly, why am I yawning? I'm not tired. I slept all day and all night.
Yeah. Well, good morning, Larry.
Larry Melton. Listen to music. That's a good one. Read a good book is number 9. But
mow the lawn.
read a good book and take a nap go hand in hand for me.
Yeah, especially if it's something that's kind of boring but yet interesting.
Yeah.
You start reading.
Binteresting. We'll call it binteresting.
I used to have panic attacks.
Stretch. I guess you could stretch if you're bored.
Well, I could stretch, but
watch some movies on a streaming service.
That's a new one.
Yeah, that's a newer one. Most people do that. I said do that. That's funny.
Aren't you glad you have that?
Oh, man. And I got to work tonight, too. So
another 12 hours?
More 12-hour shifts.
Oh, man.
Because, that's really what it boils down to is these 12-hour shifts.
They're going to wipe you out.
Oh, yeah. Pretty bad. Badly. They are wiping me out.
When I was a security guard, I was doing 12 to 24.
Oh, yeah. That sucks.
Yeah. And then I ended up being a supervisor, a sergeant. I was promoted. You say goodbye to society.
Yeah, because it's like, the bad thing about being in charge is when one of your people call in and you can't get it covered, you have to cover it yourself.
Yep. And that's exactly what happened to me. And you can get a panic attack just from doing that too much.
Number 13, look through old photos and videos.
All right. I've done that during board times.
Yeah.
Actually, I have. I pop in the old VHS tapes and watch my old Brighter Living shows. That's not boring. Well, depends on the show.
Bake some desserts.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I can't do that because I'm on a diet. But I can watch people bake desserts. Smell it. I can smell it.
Isn't that hard, though?
You have to trick yourself.
Actually, it's
I had
hard
to trick
at the
myself.
beginning.
I had to trick myself. Like, I'd be like, and I'd smell and I'd imagine what the taste is. And then I'd be like, that's just as good as tasting it.
Yeah, it's true because...
And I'd have to trick myself because obviously it's not as good as tasting it. But I tricked myself into thinking that.
I've been there because when I lost my 100 pounds, it was just like second nature after a while.
Go watch a sunset or sunrise.
Ooh, and Becky, Jackie, she took some awesome pictures of the sunrise yesterday morning. That was beautiful.
Now, one of the things I would say you could do, this would be the main thing you could do if you're bored, not even if you're not bored, read the scripture.
have devotion.
Today's verse of the day is 2 Corinthians 5, verses 14 and 15. For the love of Christ compels us, because we judge thus, that if one died for all, then all died, and he died for all, that those who should live no longer for themselves, but for him who died for them and rose again.
Amen.
Boom. That's good stuff right there.
Post-resurrection.
Post-resurrection. And then I have 2 different Bible apps I read. Romans 8, chapter 1.
As you were saying that and you're yawning.
Therefore, there is now no condemnation for those in Jesus Christ.
Amen.
Romans 8, chapter 1. Or Romans chapter 8, verse 1. That's the verse of the day today on the YouVersion Bible. There is now no condemnation for those who are in Christ. So,
Amen.
amen to that. That's
No
that right there is the best. That's the best.
Yes, it is.
All right, back to it. Eat snacks in bed.
Now, I've been guilty of that.
You know, the worst snacks in bed are like those granola bars. You know, the crunchy ones, like the oats and honey ones.
Or chocolate ice cream. with
Chocolate
syrup. Or syrup when you have white sheets.
Yeah, that's. You just gave everybody a horrible image.
I know.
Your wife walks in. This is not me. This is not me. I promise. It's the syrup.
Yeah, you know, get that image out of your head.
Sit or lay outside in good weather. We're gonna go moving along from that one. Sit or lay aside in good weather, or lay outside in good weather. Lay in the grass. Oh, in a Chase Lounge.
Yep. On the
What does
patio.
credit cards have to do with it? Anyways,
Moving on.
look for a new favorite quote or saying. Anybody have any favorite quotes or sayings? That's number 20.
Huh. I do.
Nail it down. That's what Pastor Paul says. Nail it down.
Nailed
Write a
it.
letter to your future self. Never thought of that. Dear self, what did you do? That's all my letter would say.
The end.
The end. P.S. Don't do it again. That's funny. Take a long shower. Now, I love taking long showers. I will say, there's something about that hot water just gently hitting your back. You like put your head down. It like hits the
Forget
back
boredom,
of your
you're
head.
snoring.
Oh man, it's easy to sleep standing up there. Like you'll snooze and fall in the shower.
That's
if you do
what I'm
that.
saying, man. Forget about being bored. You just.
So real quick, I got to pull this up and see if I can get
Good
this.
morning, Steph. My sister-in-law.
Your sister-in-law,
Yeah, she's Stephanie Brown.
Stephanie Brown. Welcome to the party.
We got to get her on a video phone.
I am going to take this here off of here. Boom. Nope. I guess I didn't.
We got to get Stephanie on a video phone.
How come?
Did you hear that, Steph?
Let's take that off there because we're getting ready to hear from our sponsors.
Oh, good.
You know, that's important.
It is.
So before I do that, I want to get this pulled up, and I want to get it playing before we start. All right. Now,
Uh-oh.
it's a word from our sponsors. Huh?
I better wait until till we start the commercial to yawn.
Well, my kids had never seen Star Wars, so we started with episode 1.
Yeah.
We went to episode 2, and we did it over different nights. We got to episode 3. The reaction they had to Anakin was like, "He's Darth Vader! Oh no!" They were like all upset and horrified. Well, we didn't get that because we knew ahead of time that he was going to be Darth Vader. We forget that that's part of the excitement of the original 3 was we didn't know, you know. So, but that's me. I love that stuff.
The Romans, the religious leaders,
They slaughtered him. Was he that lamb? The Passover lamb.
That's why I always ask her for tips on cleaning. She knows how to do it, that's for certain. Especially when certain husbands do the spilling.
Hi, my name is Regina Smith. I am a social worker with Nightlight Christian Adoptions. Nightlight is a local nonprofit adoption agency, and we're licensed in 10 states.
What can you say about Nightlight?
What really attracted me to Nightlight is that they are really big on supporting birth mothers, and we wanted to make sure that our child, Henry's mom, was well taken care of no matter what. This wasn't something where we were just looking to get a baby. We were looking to expand our family, and that's everybody involved. His family, his birth family, and then our son. Nightlight Christian Adoptions offers international adoption programs in nearly 20 different countries. Some families find a child through our website, The Adoption Bridge. On The Adoption Bridge, we have profiles of children who are waiting to be adopted. Some of these children are from other countries, so sometimes families come to us because they've identified a specific child that they're hoping to adopt.
Da 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 da.
All right, we're back. That was some ads for some of our donors, our sponsors. Of course, you can see there that you can advertise with us. The number was there on the end of all the ads. Real quick, let me go ahead and put our little banner back up here. So I have to make a new one of these for Dr. Paul and his upcoming.
I saw that.
He's we got Johnny Rooster next.
The bucket list?
Yeah. The Bucket List. Dr. Paul's going to be doing a show called The Bucket List, talking about things that older people should do
Rachel
before
saw
they
that
kick the
and she's
bucket.
like, wow.
Yeah. So he's on Mondays now instead of the happy hour on Fridays.
Well,
he's The Bucket List.
The Bucket List has replaced my show.
Yes. Your show will be on Wednesday during this hour. Yeah. You seem a little upset about that. Are you upset about that, Steve?
No, I don't
Okay.
blame you.
Well, I mean, you're still going to be on here, and it's less pressure on you, and less stress whenever you have your hip replacement done and stuff like that. If you can't make it,
I
because
understand that part.
yeah, and when you move into town, that we'll revisit the weekly deal there. So on a separate hour from ours or whatever. But
Yeah.
that was a tough
that's what
decision to make. We don't make these decisions lightly now.
Oh, no. And I understand because the hip replacement, I remember 5 years ago, this December's, I was down and out for a little while.
Yeah. It was more than a little while.
Yeah, it was over Christmas. I mean, I wasn't in the rehab, thank goodness, over Christmas.
Artwork for Rooster Mon- Oh, okay.
Good morning, Steve Schultz.
I am downloading. Is Steve Schultz on?
Yeah.
Morning, Steve Schultz. I don't know why my deal is not.
Well, I guess I could be on a video phone or something, or
Yeah?
Skype, either by phone or I think that's what we were talking about.
Save
I'm talking about like the morning drive normally.
to desktop.
I don't want to be gone too long from church, that's for sure.
Right.
I had a chance to finally meet in person Chance and Ashley Mills and the boys and that. Their youngest told them, go get an Easter egg bag or a bag of Easter eggs.
Yeah.
He dumped them all out.
A bag of Easter eggs? Yeah, I did. I took home a bag of those Easter eggs. Someone was Skittle happy on those Easter eggs.
It wasn't me.
It's funny.
we tried to open up all the bags and give a variety, but I think we forgot a couple bags.
Okay, so
Well, at least it wasn't Starburst.
no, but it was, I ended up walking out with a bag. I probably won't eat any of the Skittles, but
And somebody took my chocolate cookies.
I only took 3 chocolate cookies. There was a whole pan of them there. You could have gotten more, and you know it.
I know. I teased. I said, "Oh, thanks for the pan of cookies."
Oh, yeah. I was going to walk off with them, too. I was going to be like, all right, so we'll see y'all later. I can't eat a whole entire pan of cookies. Are you kidding me? I'd gain like 100 pounds.
They kind of looked at me, and I went, "I'm just kidding."
Oh, man. No,
Rachel kind of gave me that look like, "Don't you dare." I'm like, I wasn't really going to take them all.
It's like, I wasn't real. No.
And then
really
Rachel did say, "Is he going to give those cookies back?" I said, "I don't know."
No, I thought she was making them for everybody. Like,
Yeah, she was.
For everybody. So I took one bag, which had 3
From
cookies
my
in it.
hand.
It was on the table, and you know it, Steve. Steve's trying to make me look bad over here. Like I'm like this horrible person, cookie snatcher. I'm the cookie monster.
Oh, yeah.
No, 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 no.
Cookies.
Yeah,
Anyway, no,
Like-
it was a lot of fun yesterday.
it was. Even though I, was in the midst of a panic attack like the whole time. It's all right. It's all right. We got it. Let me pull up our.
Well, it looked
music.
like you got it together by the end of the sermon,
right.
or lay it down. I mean,
Yeah, and then the way they had us up there, I couldn't turn my guitar on because I have the wireless gear. Barney, I couldn't find him. I was like, "Where's Barney?" I guess he had went to use the restroom right as that happened. He saw us in there. He looked in there. He's like, "Oh," came walking in. And so, I couldn't lead them with my guitar. The thing was I would lead them with my guitar. They would stop playing when I stopped playing. That's how it goes. But they couldn't hear me because my guitar was not turned on. I hit the button on the little wireless thing down here, and it turned green. I thought, oh, good. Nothing. It's like, well, I guess I'm just singing,
Mm-hmm.
But,
everything worked out great anyway.
yeah, it's God is still in the midst.
He was.
He was still in the midst of it, regardless of how we might think that, everything went wrong. For some people, it went amazing.
Mm-hmm.
It's a matter of perspective.
Yeah, if you really are looking for it, you're going to see it and go, "Oh." But if you're not thinking about it,
If you're there for one thing, and that's to celebrate
the resurrection.
the resurrection of Jesus Christ, that's what it's about. That's
not
what
gonna
it's
think about
about. It's
anything
not about entertaining people.
No.
It's not about that. It's about praise and worship. It's about worship, praising Him in a storm too.
Yeah, and it's not really, people look at, I've heard some people say, well, they don't like the entertainment that they give at the beginning. I'm like, what entertainment? Well, they're talking about the praise and worship. It depends, I guess, on how you look at praise and worship. If it's entertainment to you, then it's entertainment, but it's really a message and song to prepare you for the message.
Yep. It's an important part of service.
Right.
It's not just something people do while the pastor's getting ready to preach.
Mm-hmm.
And people mistake that a lot. It's, for me, it's coming into the throne room of God and praising Him.
Yeah, and me growing up, the choir special was the music before the message, and then they had a special music, and then they brought the pastor up.
Yeah, we don't do special music.
No.
We don't do that anymore, because it's all to us. It's all special. That's
Yep.
all special.
Yeah, gone are the days of choir and special music.
Yeah. Well, no, they still have that.
There's some churches, but especially the independent Bible, they still do that.
Yeah. So it's time for us to get out of here.
Already, man.
I know, crazy, huh? Time flies when you're having fun.
Yeah, I hope
We got
my
started
40
like
minutes
5.
goes by fast.
It did. It sure did. But coming up next, we've got Johnny Rooster and the Morning Mouth. I got to set the artwork up. So that'll be fun.
Yay.
And we'd like to thank everybody for joining us on the Morning Drive today. We'll be back on tomorrow. Same time, same channel, so be sure and tune in next for the Morning Mouth, followed by The Bucket List with Dr. Paul Collins. So until then, my friends, God bless you and keep you. We love you. My name is Matt.
My name is Steve.
And this has been The Morning Drive.